We're on the scene of breaking news in Lexington as police investigate a reported shooting at an apartment complex. A live report is a minute away.
A former volunteer football coach at Williamsburg High School pleaded guilty today to charges surrounding his alleged inappropriate behavior with a 16-year-old student.
A Montgomery County mother is charged with criminal abuse after the sheriff says she gave her 5-day-old baby Subutex.
WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
Police remain on the scene right now of a reported shooting in Lexington. It happened around 3 at an apartment complex on Red Mile Road near Horseman Lane.
Police have released some new information at this point. WKYT's Monique Blair is live for us at the scene where we continue to gather some new information about what happened. Monique?
I just finished speaking with Lexington Police just a few minutes ago, and I have brand new information. Lexington Police tell me around 2:30 they were called here to the University Trails apartment complex off Red Mile Road. When police got here, they found one male victim was shot in the stomach. Now, that victim was shot inside his apartment here, but there wasn't any sign of anyone breaking in, so police are still trying to figure out exactly what happened out here. Police tell us they are looking for 2 male suspects at this time. They really don't have any other information other than that. Now, police tell us the victim is 24 years old, and police aren't sure right now of the extent of his injuries, but we do know he was taken to UK Hospital. Police tell us this is a very active investigation, and right now they are looking at surveillance video taken here at this apartment complex, and they're still trying to figure out what the connection is between the suspects and between that victim. And we'll be sure to keep you updated on this very developing story. I'm reporting live in Lexington. Monique Blair, WKYT.
Monique, thank you. Prosecutors say they were ready to go to trial and were surprised this morning when a former volunteer assistant coach at a southeastern Kentucky high school pled guilty to sex-related charges.
John Massey admitted in court today he had an inappropriate relationship with a 16-year-old girl at Williamsburg High School. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is in Whitley County with our top story at 5.
The former volunteer high school football coach was scheduled to stand trial this morning here in Williamsburg. However, he instead entered the courtroom pleading guilty. 26-year-old John Massey was indicted back in March on a first-degree sexual abuse charge and 2 counts of possession of matter portraying sexual performance by a minor. Williamsburg police say those charges came after reports of inappropriate conduct between Massey and a 16-year-old female student at Williamsburg High School. Today, Massey admitted his guilt, pleading guilty to all 3 of those initial charges. Commonwealth's attorney Alan Trimble says both he and the victim's family were prepared for trial to start today, and Massey's guilty plea was a bit of a surprise.
A case like this, it's just sadness all around. You can't repair the damages that were suffered by this young kid at a place where everyone expects their children to be safe and protected. And when it is, when the crime is committed by someone who was there under the supervision of the school, it just makes it a lot more difficult.
Massey's attorney did not want to comment on the case. Prosecutors say the recommended sentence for Massey is 30 months on each charge, with him serving 12 of those in jail and the rest being probated. In Whitley County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
An attorney for the school system was unable to comment because of other pending cases regarding Massey. He will be sentenced in March.
A Montgomery County mother faces charges after the sheriff says she drugged her 5-day-old baby. 29-year-old Chastity Lewis is charged with criminal abuse. The sheriff says she was trying to soothe the newborn, who was apparently having withdrawal symptoms from pain medication. WKYT's Sean Moody is in Mount Sterling with more on the investigation.
Sheriff Fred Shortridge said this came down to a bad choice. He said the child was suffering from withdrawal symptoms and that Lewis tried to give it her medication instead of taking it to be checked out. Shortridge said Lewis had been taking Subutex while pregnant and that it had affected the baby. According to Lewis's arrest citation, a deputy said Lewis admitted to shaving off pieces of a Subutex pill, crushing them up, and then rubbing the 5-day-old baby's pacifier in it in order to relieve withdrawal symptoms, which they said created a problem.
Well, it slipped, I think, for about 12 or 14 hours, because of it. And the mother of the suspect came down to do a visit and saw, obviously she was concerned about the child. She then talked Chastity into taking the child to the emergency room. And that's how we got involved. It's pretty obviously to me anyway that it was the bad choice. Where, if you got a child that had issues, take them to the emergency room, take them to your doctor, let them treat it.
Lewis is charged with criminal abuse. She declined our invitation to get her side of the story here at the jail. In Montgomery County, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Sheriff Shortridge said the child is still recovering in the NICU at the Kentucky Children's Hospital.
2 people are being questioned in the death of a teenager. Our county-by-county coverage begins in Nelson County. The Sheriff's Department says that 18-year-old Rashid Wycliffe was found dead this morning near the post office in the Bloomfield community. At first, investigators believe that Wycliffe had been shot, but the sheriff now says he died from a puncture wound to the neck. Neighbors say it was a chaotic scene this morning.
Right around 6, maybe a little before, is when I just looked out and saw all the police everywhere, a lot of them, and didn't really know what they were doing at first. And then you could see a lot of them right around the post office, and somebody laying there.
Police searched a nearby home as part of the investigation. At this point, the sheriff says it appears to be part of a drug deal. In Scott County, the trial for a man accused of killing a retired school bus driver has been delayed again. This time, a judge moved the murder trial for Nicholas Willinger from January to August. Willinger is accused of the 2010 beating death of Sue Jones. Police say Willinger attacked Jones after breaking into her home, and prosecutors have said they will seek the death penalty against him. One person has already pled guilty in connection to Jones's death. State police tell us they have little information to go on as they investigate a violent home invasion in Knox County. We first told you about the crime last night at 11. Police say that 2 men kicked in the door of a home in the Gray community yesterday morning, assaulted the man inside, and then tied him up with duct tape and cords. Police say the burglars stole a firearm, a TV, and some other items. The homeowner eventually freed himself and called for help. State police are asking anyone with information about the crime to contact them.
A University of Kentucky law student charged after his drone crash landed at Commonwealth Stadium appeared in court again this afternoon. Peyton Wilson asked the judge to return several items seized when his drone dropped into Commonwealth Stadium. Wilson argues he never gave officers consent to take his property. What Wilson wants back is his drone with mounted camera, his backpack, and that backpack's contents, including an iPad Air, spare blades, batteries, and storage device cards. The judge says he'll consider returning Wilson's property after the trial in January. Well, the drizzle just won't fizzle. More light rain is expected tonight, and even cooler temperatures will move in behind. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey's in the First Alert Weather Center with an early look at the forecast. Hi, Chris.
I like that. Drizzle and fizzle just not going together this afternoon. Yeah, we still hang on to a little bit of mist out there into the Lexington area. Overcast conditions. Everything is wet, but the steady rains are off to our east. Temperature right at 50 degrees. Cloudy skies. Winds are coming at us from the west and the southwest, and eventually we'll crank up a little bit from the northwest. Still some drizzle. Rain mainly to the east as thermometers hang into the 40s all evening long. Defender Radar Network. Heaviest rains again across parts of eastern and southeastern Kentucky. And here I think we're going to get one more slug of some decent rainfall heading into the late evening and overnight hours. That includes the Moorhead area, but back across central Kentucky, we're going to be right on that line. Basically what's happening is the front off to our east is putting the brakes on, allowing another little wave of low pressure to develop along that, which you see into parts of East Tennessee. The clearing line across the Ohio River counties never going to get into central and eastern Kentucky this evening, but that future radar shows how we do try to crank up another little band of some lighter rains as we go into later on tonight. When I come back in a few minutes, guys, we'll talk about the potential for maybe a few snowflakes. At least it's something other than rain. That's in less than 10.
That's one way to look at it, Chris. Thank you. There's still time to help make the holidays a little brighter for children in need right here in Kentucky.
Our lobby here at the station is beginning to overflow with toys and clothing, all part of the mission of hope. WKYT's Jennifer Plumbo joins us now live with more on how you can help out. Jennifer, there's still time.
Sam and Amber, there is still time, and we are getting visitors coming here to the station, dropping off their items. We now have some special guests with us as well. We have the Chick-fil-A Elf Cow, and look at this, Santa. Our Santa is here from Chick-fil-A as well. A big thanks to Chick-fil-A for being part of the Mission Hope effort. And you can see the lobby, it's filling up. We still have room though, so you have until 6:30 to bring the items out here. You can see we have toys, we have clothes, we have hygiene items, food, a lot of need. 18,000 children will be helped this year, 27 schools. All because of your generosity. Emmett Thompson is the executive director of Mission of Hope. And tell us about this organization and how it's helping children here in Kentucky.
You know, this is awesome. We're in our 20th anniversary. We have been so eager to have Lexingtonians help us in the community, and this touches my heart. It's so great to see this kind of response and just the full gamut. I mean, boys, girls, toys, all ages. I will tell you, the one thing I don't see, and most people may not think about it, fishing rods. Girls and boys, we give hundreds out, especially the older kids. They love them. You can get them inexpensively. That's a gift idea, but we want to thank your community. This is incredible.
All right, fishing rods, just one of the items you can bring out here until 6:30, 2851 Winchester Road, WKYT. Sam and Amber, back to you.
Jennifer, thank you. I'm impressed with some of the presents, like their bicycles out there,
yes,
brand new.
There's several of them out there, so big thank you to whoever brought those in.
Thanks, Jennifer. The battle against ISIS becoming the focus for presidential candidates will hit the campaign trail as the first votes in the 2016 election are just 2 months away.
Do you know how much salt is in your dinner? One U.S. city is now requiring restaurants to put warnings on menus. The story later in Better Living.